Hi, I'm Chad with Take One Film and Video here in Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us back here today. Well, I'm excited to be talking about the Panasonic HS410 compact switcher. Now, first of all, let me say there is so much information about this switcher, there's no way I'm going to be able to cover all the details here in this 5-minute video, but I would recommend you check out Panasonic Pro AV's YouTube channel because they have some really good in-depth videos about some of the specific functions and how they work on the switcher. We're just going to cover the highlights today, and you guys can always call us. We'd be happy to talk to you more in depth about the switcher to find out if it's the right switcher for you. But let's jump in and take a look here. What we have is a compact frame and panel all together. It's just one compact switcher. On the front you have 12 buttons that's shiftable up to 24 cross points. You have user buttons, you have memory, recalls, and you have all kinds of assignments here for downstream keyers, picture-in-picture, aux buses, and multi-viewers. On the back side, you have your inputs and outputs. You get 9 inputs and 6 outputs. Now, 8 of the inputs are B and C. You can put any HD or SD B and C on those inputs, and your 9th input is a DVI. And same thing with the outputs. You get 5 B and C outputs, and one of those outputs is a DVI. Now, there is a redundant. Number 1 output is redundant. You have 2 B and Cs there, and the others are assignable to whatever you want them to be. You also get 2 expansion slots on this thing, and you can have up to 13 inputs and 10 outputs with optional expansion cards. Now, this switcher is a true multi-format switcher. You can do all HD and SD digital formats, but the key word there is digital because it's really important to know that you cannot bring in an analog source into the switcher without an external converter, or you can purchase an optional analog input for the card for the expansion slot. Each of the channels come with a built-in frame sync. So if you're not able to use a system that has external gen lock, you can take each source direct into the switcher, and at the expense of 1 frame, it'll lock them all together so that you can operate without a gen lock. 1 frame, you would never notice the difference, and it makes it extremely convenient and easy and portable to have that. Now, on 4 of the inputs, you have the option of up conversion. So say that we are doing our show in 1080i, and we want to bring in some standard definition sources, digital mind you, but standard definition. You can bring those into up to 4 of the inputs, and the switcher will actually up convert those for you to your 1080 or 720, whatever your output format is set to. Now, on all 8 inputs, and this is a really cool feature that I enjoy, you actually have full proc control on each one of those channels. You get video level, black level, and you also get color correction as well. So if you have different sources that you're trying to bring in there, you get some correction where you can match those more accurately. You also have 4 aux outputs and 2 picture-in-picture windows. Now, another cool feature about this is the video and the still memory. You get up to 20 seconds of full HD video that you can use in the switcher as a loop, or you can roll as a video, whatever it may be. As long as it's up to 20 seconds, you can get a full key and a fill that you can bring into the switcher. You can also bring in still pictures as well. If you can see here, I've got 2 of them stored into the switcher. Just 2 still pictures that I can bring in. You can also transfer those files over a network if you have the switcher connected to a network. Now, on the SD or SDHC card, you can use to store all those files. You can store event memories, which are like a macro or a timeline in other switchers. They're basically image processing effects that you can use and store those in there. You also have your setup data. So if you set up this switcher, and you'll find that the menus are pretty in-depth, and you can spend a lot of time setting it up. You can store all those settings on your card so that at a later date you can recall those and go back to the exact settings that you had. Now, the keyer functions are fantastic in the switcher. You have a full linear key and a fill, you have a luminance keyer, and you have a chroma keyer. The chroma key is real special because they use what's called the Primat algorithm, and it's a proprietary software that's used in high-end music videos, TVs, and movies. And Panasonic has incorporated that technology into the switcher, so it makes your chroma keying extremely easy. You also have a full downstream keyer that you can use to add borders, shadows, and other edge effects on your chroma key. And finally, what we're going to talk about you have that's unique to this switcher is a 7-inch display. And this display does all kinds of different things. It'll show all your menus where it's really easy to navigate. You also have a picture where you can see what's going on, your preview. You have a waveform and a vector scope, which is great if you're in remote environments where you don't have all the equipment that you would like to see to set up video. You have that right here built into your switcher, so you can toggle between that. You can configure that any way you like. And finally, our multi-viewer. Multi-viewer will give you up to 16 splits. You have 9 different preset variations that you can select through. It has a clock, it has audio level meters that they're embedded on the channels, and you also have a 4.3 protect that you can add in there as well. Of course, you can customize your names and do all sorts of customizations for your multi-viewer. Again, so many things that we just don't have time to cover for today, but we would love to talk to you more about the Panasonic 410 switcher and see if this is the right switcher for you. So give us a call, 1-877-81-TAKE-1. You can also reach us by email at mail@take1.tv. Well, again, thanks for spending some time with us today. We hope to see you back again soon.